What's going on, everybody? My name's Tyler. This is Sean. We're Rendered Reality, and thank you for finally joining us on Coffee and VR. We're glad to have you. Glad for you guys to be here. Good to see your faces in chat.
Good. You're amped, and you haven't even had coffee yet.
I know. It's sitting here. I'm staring at it, and I think it got me. I don't know.
But anyways, we're happy to be back. It's been a little bit of a leave from the Coffee and VR show. We missed a couple weeks now.
Yeah, because Sean Jr.
Sean Jr. Yeah,
exactly.
Yep. Most of you people know I've seen a bunch of congratulations and stuff. I really appreciate all that stuff. So the wife is actually on baby duty right now while we do the show. So luckily, I've been off work. This is the first time I've actually left since having the baby. We've just been home, and it's been awesome. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm sure. I can't speak from my own experiences, but I know from everyone else I know that that's a hard thing to leave, you know what I mean, and be away and stuff.
She's doing good, though. The wife's doing good. The baby's doing good. Awesome. It's an awesome time. So
yeah, that's sweet.
Definitely excited. I've been putting out a couple like vlog style videos on the YouTube channel just because time constraints, and it's been actually really fun. I've really enjoyed just kind of hanging out with the camera, hanging out with people, showing different stuff, some accessory stuff, and whatever else has been going on.
It's more of who we. That's like how we are in general, anyways. You know what I mean? So I
really
get it.
Like it. So hopefully people are enjoying those. That's something I'm probably gonna kind of stick to a little bit because I've really been having fun with those. But Paradise Decay, he said Sean Jr. funds. Congrats, mate. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Cheers, PD. Good to see you guys. Skiva, Spry Guy. Traveling Man, Chris, Dark Angel, everybody in here. Yeah, good to see you guys, man.
Yeah, so awesome to see everybody in here. So what have you been playing lately? We haven't played a whole lot of stuff together. Well, we've played a couple things together lately, but not.
So I've got some stuff we've been playing, and I really want to talk about my frustration with Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I'll get into that. We have been playing Breachers, obviously.
Yeah, we've been playing a lot of Breachers. We love that game.
It's hard to not, though. We're really needing a new map and or some party stuff we can get in together because that is such a pain still. But again, please go pick that up.
Still an alpha. It's just an alpha. So Sony Digital as well said congrats on having the new little man. Thank you with a $25 super chat. That is so awesome. We
Cheers, TD.
Definitely really appreciate that.
I know.
We also played some Population 1 the other day, which we haven't played that in a long time.
Yeah.
We did some of the custom map
sandbox
stuff, some of the sandbox stuff, and then we went back to the original Battle Royale is what we ultimately went back to. But
we did, and for us, because of playing so many other things in between, it's like you have to get those legs back for playing Pop 1. Like just the aiming, the delay on certain shots and stuff to dial that in. But man, by the time we were done, I was having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
At first, it was a little frustrating.
Yeah, for
just
sure.
Haven't been playing it a lot lately, but
for sure.
Yeah,
the heat on or whatever I heard in the microphone.
It could be.
It might be coming through. But another thing you've been playing, and I actually haven't hopped into this yet, is Stack, and you've been trying to get me in here.
Dude, yeah.
Gotta turn this back down. That was kind of a cool little.
I'm loving the mechanics in this game so much.
So this actually, from what I understand, though, the video we're seeing now is the trailer. This doesn't actually have all the textures and everything in the game yet, right?
The game
it looks
right
more
now,
like
in
this,
the beta,
right?
Right. It's more blocked, which it's past that. It's literally just blocks in some of the larger maps and stuff. Now they do have their lobby area, which does look really good, but the mechanics on this, so this is from Joyway, and they are very big on using different mechanics that we don't normally see, right? So I feel like this one does really well.
Game?
Stride.
Yeah. Same makers from Stride.
Yeah. And this, I just love how it's done. Something about being able to like launch yourself and fly, like kind of propel yourself like from the ground works really well. And the mechanic of actually shooting this disc is super cool. And my favorite part is if you throw it by hand, you can use your hand like a telepathy thing and control where it's going directionally. So you can like throw it over a block that somebody's hiding behind and then throw your hand down and it launches down. And it's super fun because it kind of creates angles of a game and shooting aspect that we're not used to. And I love that part of it. And that's a lot of fun. So
like I said, I haven't played it yet. We've been meaning to hop into it together. And I plan to hop in there too, but they're also doing they're going to be doing, I don't know if they've announced this yet. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I sent you the thing. They're doing like a tournament style thing with this game. So the only bad thing is even for the tournament, they're not going to have all the textures and stuff in yet, which I was pretty, like I even reiterated, I was like, so for the tournament, you're still not going to have all the textures in? And they're like, no, not yet. I was like, oh man,
I know. I don't really get that because to want to showcase a game and show it off to like the public and stream it and stuff, don't you want it to kind of look a little polished?
You want it to look like this. Like this is what you want it to look
that's
like.
That's what I'm waiting on there. But it is super cool. I highly recommend just trying it, even if it's going into a lobby and messing around and stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and if you don't know, this is on App Lab, so you can get it on App Lab. You can download it. It is called called Stack. I think if you just search Stack, it should come up
Yeah.
on App Lab. But you can play this now. You know, it's free to play. The beta, I don't know what it's going to cost when it comes out, or even release date time frame when it's going to come out. I'm not sure, but yeah, Tyler's liking it, so I'm gonna have to hop in there and try it out. But
I think it's a lot of fun, man. I really do. The shield thing, the look of it reminds me of hover junkers a little bit, the shield and the weapon stuff, and you pull it back so you get that crossbow action if you want a straight shot, which is super cool, or you can wing it by hand. So it's kind of mix and match. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yep,
yeah,
for sure.
I like it.
I see some Among Us conversation, classy grandma in
Who
there.
was it?
Talking about, I know Artful setting up an Among Us thing today. Usually on Saturdays after the show, people usually play. So hopefully I can hop in there and take part in some of that. Early on, I saw a lot of PSVR2 talk, and the PS Paradise Decay in there right now saying PSVR2 hype train. It's very back and forth, it seems like. A lot of people are crazy hyped about it and super excited, and other people are like, I've seen early chat stuff talking about people that are going to cancel their pre-orders and stuff, and it's just a very divisive thing right now. Like, it's
very split across the coffee table,
right? And
even us,
that's
what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, because I did pre-order it, and I'm pretty excited about it, whereas Tyler didn't pre-order it.
Yeah,
and part of that is because you don't have the PlayStation 5 as well, and I think that's, you know, for some people, they didn't pre-order as well because they simply don't have a PlayStation 5, so why would you? You know?
There's just nothing that, like, I don't know. There's nothing big and different about it, I guess, that really pulls me into making that kind of investment. You know, like I've talked about with, like, the XR Elite, you know, talk about your initial investment is pretty close to the same, right? Between the two, with buying a PS5 and a headset.
Yeah, pretty much same
and
thing.
comparing to the XR Elite, right?
Pretty much same thing.
So for me, those leaps and bounds are done with the XR Elite and not with PSVR 2 for me. Now, for other people, you know, if you have the console already, absolutely. You know, it's half that price. So it's an easy upsell. But I don't know. For me, there's no game or anything particular. You know, if they came out with super cool gun attachments, like built-in controllers or some peripherals, I might actually go buy it just to do that. So it's just not right there yet for me. May it be? Sure, absolutely. Because it has the potential, has the market, and developers are going to be throwing games and money into that. So that's a good thing.
I think the biggest disappointment for me is just the fact that there's not any crazy exclusive titles that are coming out with this.
GTA.
I mean, the biggest thing, GT7, Gran Turismo.
No, I'm saying, what if, like, they had GTA come out?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I mean, that's the... I don't know. I feel like Sony should have focused really in hard on some really big exclusive titles at launch. I mean, we have the Horizon one and we have Gran Turismo 7, which are two killer ones, and I think those are both really big ones.
I agree.
And awesome. But I don't know if that's drawing enough hype from people to if they were on the fence about a PSVR 2. I don't know. Or is one of those two games enough to make them go out and buy one just simply for one of those two games?
Yeah,
Possibly. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Especially
Gran Turismo
GT7,
would be the only one that I could see myself going for. I mean, obviously that's, you know, my world. I don't know, you know, and then I see all the stuff teased about Forza Motorsports, and I'm like, oh, are we ever going to see a headset that we could play that in? Because that's beautiful. Oh my gosh, the realism look of that. I think even tops
Forza
Gran
Horizon
Turismo,
to me is like the best. I've said it many times, the best driving game to me, because I'm not as big into the sim stuff. I'm more into the fun, like open world cruising, bust off road in your 4-wheel drive all of a sudden.
Absolutely.
And take, you know what I mean? Like,
but
that game's just awesome.
Not even the new Motorsport just dropped video for Forza Motorsport, and that looks incredible.
I didn't even see that.
Like the real to life on that, I feel like passes. Gran Turismo to me has always not anymore, but felt a little stale compared to what Forza does, where I think Forza takes in the realism, I feel like, a little bit better, just a little bit. And I know there's going to be hate. Absolutely.
You're going to make
Everyone's
some people
got
really
preferences,
mad.
though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
But just from myself being on the track, even, it feels a little more structured in Gran Turismo. That's all. That's just my preference. But everyone's got their own preferences.
Yeah, I totally
on racing sims and everything. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's kind of crazy because my racing video game lifestyle, or whatever you want to call it,
lightly toasted.
Yeah, thank you for that super chat. Is Splinter Cell VR still a thing? I don't know for sure, but I think maybe. It's hard to say. I mean, it's hard to say. There's so many things going on behind the scenes that they haven't announced, but I think we're going to be getting some things at the gaming showcase this year through Meta. I would hope. I hope so.
I would hope.
All these. I hope they need some big name games, but.
Yeah.
But like I was saying though, with Gran Turismo, before we get off of that, is that, you know, this is for me, that's my roots. That's where I started on PlayStation 1, you know, with Gran Turismo 1 and 2. Like those games I played so much back in the day. Like, and I remember, you know, upgrading all the cars. And I mean, that's a lot of where I think that I learned about cars a lot, you know, was through those, you know, there were manufacturer names and stuff that I didn't know back then, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and you learn that stuff, and you learn kind of like what some of these car parts do performance wise, what helps you, what hurts you, you know, and so that franchise is something that I definitely hold pretty dear to my heart, because I spent so much time in that. I'm sure you did too back in the day. You played a lot. Did you play a lot of Gran Turismo 1 too? Like
I did, but the second that Forza started making Forza I'm sorry, Project Gotham, that takes it back. I'd love to see if you guys know about that one.
I'm sure
once Project Gotham came out, that was it for me. That switched me, you know, franchises, went into Xbox then, and that was it. But it's all preference. Again, from modding, you know, with the newer stuff, like, you know, we have the Crew coming, we have Forza Motorsports. Gran Turismo, you're not going to see as much of that custom modding stuff like that.
Yeah, they still have some, but not the crazy stuff. Like Forza games, like the Horizon, you can do crazy engine swaps and like all-wheel drive from front-wheel drive and like all this just crazy, crazy stuff. And that's what I love about it. But I am very excited for Gran Turismo 7 though.
Yeah, I know,
and
for sure.
People have gotten the y'all 2 working with Gran Turismo 7. James on his channel put out a video with him playing in the y'all, so I know that's going to be a possibility. The only thing I'm worried about is I don't know if I'm thinking that my steering wheel that I have is Xbox and PC. Is that not going to work with my PlayStation?
No, it won't.
Dang, is that the one I can't remember now.
I don't remember. If you have the red dial, it's the PlayStation one, I think.
I don't have it. No,
somebody correct me if I'm wrong there.
Because I have the Logitech
G920 or 920
something.
Right, whatever the difference is. 927 or something.
Yeah. T-Bone Racing. Diaper fun, $10 super chat for the diaper fun. I had no idea how many diapers you go through. It's like, I was like, we got a bunch of diapers beforehand. I was like, oh, this should be plenty. You know,
somebody needs to invent like a robotic diaper changer where it was like, done, like lay it down and fold it over. Right, let's work on that.
I'm down.
Yeah, right.
But thank you for that super chat. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, but I am excited for it. I already have this downloaded. I'm ready to go. I might have to buy another steering wheel to work with because who wants to sit in the y'all 2 with a controller playing this game? Like that ain't gonna work for me. That's gonna be super hard. Also, there are some other games on sale. I picked up Resident Evil Village reluctantly.
Yeah.
Very reluctantly, because I'm not sure that I really want to play that game, but because I don't love horror. I love horror games. It's a love-hate relationship. I love them because they are so immersive and realistic, because they scare the crap out of you and you forget that it's not real. But I hate it because it scares the crap out of me.
It's the audio that does it for me in the horror games, man.
Good audio can be crazy. So I did pre-order that, but on the PlayStation Store, it's like half off, and this was just the other day, so hopefully it's still half off, but it's normally like $40. I got it for $20. So if you're getting a PSVR2, like my thought is when I see these games go on sale, I might as well pick them up. That way I have them, you know.
Absolutely.
Because it's a whole nother ecosystem that I have to buy on, you know, and that's a little bit of a bummer because, you know, you got Steam games, you got Oculus games, I'm buying Pico 4 games, now I'm buying PSVR games. It's like, holy crap.
I know. I wish we could get to that point where we could buy a license for a game and be transferable, but it'll never happen.
That'll never happen.
No, everyone wants their money on the back end.
The manufacturers are making like Meta is making money off of the game sales too, so it's so hard to do that. But holy crap, there's a lot of super chats. Well,
slow down with the super chats. Can we like spread it out maybe a little through the show? No, we appreciate it.
We really appreciate it. Mad Wookie said, "How's it going?" For the $5 super chat, appreciate that. Shirzad Khan City says, apparently Switchback's Unreal Engine provides all movement telemetry for motion rigs like the y'all, etc. Well, that is
sweet,
fantastic.
Right, that'd be nice, easy ad, hopefully for some developers and stuff. That'd be great.
Dark Angel says has the baby bottle and says cheers with a 650 super chat. Thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate it.
Sean Jr.
I should have brought him over here, and I could have just sat here and like.
Oh my gosh!
Like sometimes I just stare at him for like an hour or two.
Yeah, because those little things,
it's just
like
crazy.
Little hands and fingers.
Can we just do a show that's called Coffee and Baby?
Coffee and Baby?
No, you gotta say Baby.
I don't know. I don't know if I can say Baby.
Anyways, so also Kayak VR Mirage is on sale for 15% off on the PlayStation. So I haven't picked that one up yet. I have it on Steam. I mean, should I pick it up on PlayStation as well? Like, is there going to be anything different?
It's hard, no, but maybe. I mean, there could be, you know, add-ons, you know, with all the haptics and stuff like that might be different, but past that, probably not. No.
But PSVR has face haptics, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
I didn't think about that. When the
would
water
be the
splashes
only
me in the face, and
difference.
it's like, psh, you know what I mean?
I'm with
and
you.
If you watch the IGN thing from Gran Turismo 7, they played it and they were talking about it. I've watched a couple things. They were talking about the face haptics, and that it was pretty cool. Like when you wrecked or when you had an impact and stuff, and you felt that on your face as well. Like, you know what I mean? It needs to be like a real intense, though. Like you feel an airbag blowing up in your face.
No, that's not going to happen. No. Unless I stand there with a pillow, I could and punch you with it while
We're
you're.
gonna do that. We need to do that. Actually, I just totally pictured that in my head, and I love the idea of it. So, talking about y'all a little bit though.
What y'all?
Yeah, right.
What
Tyler
y'all?
still hasn't got his y'all yet. So I got an email.
Talk about it.
I got an email from these people, and they're working on this game called Wonder Trips VR, and it's on App Lab. And to tell you the truth, the game isn't really much to get very excited about. It's real basic at this point. Right now, it's like you can do like a parasailing thing where it works with the yaw. You can do the speedboat thing. It's just like a 2-lap race. Very basic game, but I love the fact that this thing works natively with the Yaw 2, the Quest 2 and the Yaw 2, or the Quest Pro. You download the app on the store, and then when you go into the game, you just go into the settings and you select your yaw, and it just works. Like this, the yaw is not hooked up to the PC right now. It's not running off the PC. It is just running off the headset, and it worked really, really well. And the only other game that I know of that does that is the now I can't even think of the game. The roller coaster one. So is it Epic Roller Coasters or something like that?
Yeah.
There's a roller coaster one that also does natively with the Quest 2. I think that's the only other one I know of, but it must not be that hard. I mean, this seems like a very small developer team that is able to make this happen. So like somebody said, with that SDK stuff that adds the telemetry, I mean, it's really cool. So, I mean, it was a very basic game, but it was still fun because it was so easy. Throw the headset on, turn on the yaw 2, and it just worked.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
I mean, shouldn't it? For every peripheral, you don't want that, roadblock for getting into it and making it work. And those are great things. That's, I mean, honestly, what I'm super excited about it for. And the stuff you don't expect it could be great. What's the, why can't I think of it off the top of my head?
I hate when that happens.
The old kayak game. Come on.
Mirage Kayak?
No. Old, the one where you're shooting. Why can't I think of it?
No idea.
Yes, come on.
I don't know what you're talking
Somebody
about.
else will help me out, please.
Yeah,
but
I'm not sure.
But like stuff like that, or any kayak in itself would be simple. Phantom Covert Ops. Thank you, Chris.
Oh yeah.
So
I don't know
simple stuff like that would feel so good. If you could be in that kayak and feel the motion of it and stuff, and go to shoot and like feel it kick, like the whole kayak. You know what I mean? Like, those are the games that I feel like would be epic in it because you don't expect it. I guess I don't know. Like I know racing's going to be good. I know flight sim's going to be good.
Right.
But it's the other stuff.
I mean, I just love the fact that how easy it was to just jump in, hit a button, and it works. So they have a bunch of plans for the game, like a bunch of stuff that they want to add to it. I know there's one that says coming soon, and it says like a Jurassic World or a Jurassic Park thing. Don't know what that's going to be about, but I mean, hopefully they keep adding to it and they make it pretty cool. I don't know if these worlds you're gonna have to buy them separately or if it's just an add-on, but I think it cost me like $4 or $5 or something. I thought it was funny because we buy a lot of the games. Like all the games that we play, we buy. Every once in a while, developers will send us a code. But I thought it was funny that these people sent me an email like telling me about this game and like asking if I wanted to check it out and all that stuff, but they didn't even send me a code for it.
Well, right. I mean, they're just making you aware of it.
I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny because usually I feel like with a smaller team, if they're trying to get like it out there, they'll send you a code for it, which I don't care. I mean, I think it was like $4 or something like that. So I just bought it because
we always want to support developers too.
Yeah,
so
and I wanted to try it, so I did buy it. I don't know that I would recommend buying it at this point yet. I maybe just keep an eye on it. But if you have a Yaw 2, I mean, if you don't have a Yaw 2, I really don't think it's worth buying it. But if you have a Yaw 2, it might be worth spending the $4 to try it out and then maybe see what they do with it in the future.
Yeah,
but
Visor Republic called it a wobbly chair.
A wobbly chair.
I like it. I might have to name mine
it
wobbly.
It's kind of a wobbly chair.
I might name it wobbly. That's a
I
good
love
name.
it.
It's a great name.
It's so much
But
fun.
I'll never get mine.
You might not. I'm sorry.
I'm so mad about it.
Are you mad about Echo VR? Oh, good. Sorry.
Echo VR. Yeah.
Go ahead. Anyways, what were you going to say?
So what I was going to say initially when we started the show, if you guys were there, I said I had a big frustration with Microsoft Flight Simulator, right? So my frustration lies with it would not update. I'm talking, I've tried for 2 weeks to update that game and it would not update. And I have a real problem with that because it's mandatory for that game. So you have to update before you're even allowed to go into the game. right? So why is that? It should be that it limits you to not play online and play off the old build if you don't update.
Right.
Why does it limit you from the game
I hate when they do
on
that.
a mandatory update? Like I come home on a Friday and want to play, and then it's like, oh, I have a 40 gig update. And I'm like, really? Like I only have an hour, to come down and jump on or something. I don't have that time. So that part frustrates the crap out of me.
Is that a PC problem or a game problem that it wouldn't update?
It's a Sobo and Microsoft or whatever problem. So it's just their game that's what they're wanting to do with it. And that's fine if that's how they want to handle it. But I don't know. I don't like it.
I think it's wrong anytime you buy a game and then they make you have online access to play it. You know what I mean? Kind of like that.
Like mandatory.
I feel like it's wrong for me to pay money to buy something that I can't use unless my internet works.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff does kind of annoy me. Like I should be able to just play the old build. I understand I can't play online, or if it's like an online multiplayer only game, that makes sense. But you know what I mean? Like a single player game.
What if I have like a VR cabin in the woods and I want to like come get internet, put it on there, and then go somewhere that doesn't have internet access?
Yeah, you're going on vacation.
Exactly. Right. And then it says, oh, you don't have internet connection, and that's it. You're done.
It is annoying. So Chris 9989 says it's 2023, guys. Everyone is online all the time. and for the most part, yes, but there are places that I go that don't have internet.
Talk to a lot of the people in Europe on their connections. They're going to cry about it too, because those updates don't take a couple hours. They take a day or so.
Yeah, depending on where you're located.
Yeah, your internet connection, everything. It's just, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So can we just listen to this AMA real quick with Bosworth? I'm sure a lot of you have heard about this. I mean, if you don't know, Echo VR is getting shut down in August. So it's kind of crazy. Let's just listen to this and then talk about it, because I don't know. I'm curious what you guys think. And I'm sure a lot of you have listened to this already, but.
So what happened here? Well, we have a game, we loved it. And it was a huge part of the evolution of virtual reality, multiplayer, a community-based game, a game that has had esports potential. And we kept it going for a long time. The Ready It Done team was real proud of it, understandably. And then ultimately it just dwindled. The user base is small. It's loyal as all get out, but it's small. It's measured in the low 10,000s. And unfortunately, keeping things alive takes work. This is not like a return on investment money standpoint. It's just those resources could be put to other uses that I think will be useful to the now tens of millions of people who are in VR. And at some point, you have to make those choices. And we have some regulatory constraints that we are required to do that make it even more expensive to keep up. This is the part of jobs like mine that sucks. I have to make these calls. I'm sad at Portal, which I love. Literally just now my wife was texting me the kids using Portal, they love it. I'm sad that we're not gonna have new versions of those and we're supporting the ones that we have in market. I'm sad about Echo VR. We're gonna support it until August, but then it's gonna be out of market. I'm sad because these things are meant something to people. They had real value and purpose, and they had intention, and they brought people together, and that's what we're trying to do as a macro thing. But I do need to think about return on investment, and I'm not talking about money back to Meta. I'm not talking about trying to make money. I'm talking about the return on the human capital, the people that could be doing something that's going to affect millions of people, but instead they're trying to keep something alive that affects 10,000s of people. I love how deeply it affected those people, but I just got to make those calls. It's part of my job. And so I stand on it. I believe in it. I think it's the right change, but I don't expect you to like it. I'm sad about it as well. I will add one more thing on this.
So the other thing he adds about Carmack, and we'll talk about that. But it's pretty sad, the fact that it is closing like that. And I do want to thank you for that super chat, that $5 super chat. Also told me to check in some adapters for my wheel, which I'm going to do. I didn't know about that. Thank you, Anakaze.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, for sure. Better than spending money on a whole new one. But it's kind of, I'm torn because I know how much that game means to a lot of people. Even my nephew. My nephew plays that game a lot, and he's very good at it. For me personally, it's a game that I've played, but it's not a game that I often go into just because I'm not good enough at it to be competitive, to be completely honest. But I was very surprised to listen to this and hear his reasoning, and then him say it's a very small player base. When I first heard that, I was like, man, I kind of understand when a game gets so small that nobody plays it anymore. But then he's like, it's still in the 10,000s of the user base. 10,000s is a lot of people at this point in VR that are playing a multiplayer game. Like that to me is still a big number to kill it off.
Absolutely. Look at the stuff we used to always watch with Steam numbers and how many people were playing and stuff.
VRLFG.net. You can see the number. Even
which
new
we've
games,
used forever. Yeah.
Even new games that are really hot a month later come nowhere close to those numbers.
I know. Or games that have been out for a long time and have a big player base and stuff. Like, like, I understand it, and maybe they saw big numbers in the beginning and stuff, and that could have been, you know, maybe that's nothing compared to what they saw. But I don't really I guess I understand why, because, you know, it costs them a lot to have something out there that,
I guess. What I don't understand is why don't they somehow open source it? I know you mentioned that it costs a lot of money to do that, but I don't understand why they don't. Why don't they move it into Horizon? Like, why don't they move that game into
sell it?
Horizon? No, like, go into Horizon to play that game. Let Horizon host it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, just pull off all members of it. Just let it do its thing. You know, if you're having 10,000 people, you don't need to have tons and tons of servers. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a way. It just seems weird for a game that was kind of a staple in that space. I don't know, but Paradise Decay makes a very good point. He said, Echo Arena out, Kitty's Gorilla Tag in, Boz, February 2023.
I mean, you're always going to be on to the next thing. You know, once you have something that people are migrating into and playing more of that's new and exciting, unless they're refreshing it and putting stuff into it, it is just going to die at a point too. Yeah. So why, you know, how long do you go with that too? You know, it's a business mindset. You have to look at that. It costs something to keep something running.
But just like, so Sim said, this was a statement from John Carmack, and we can get into what, I mean, John Carmack isn't happy about it. Right. He said, you know, he never likes to see anything die. And one of the things he said is that you just put one developer on the project just to maintain it, you know, not to update it, not to do anything else, just maintain it. Yeah. You know, I don't see why something like that can't be done. And it just sucks. I mean, that would be like, for us, you know, that would be like, Contractors, Population 1, you know, we have a new obsession with Breachers. That would be like us loving to go into that game together, playing that game, and then all of a sudden them being like, sorry, the game's going bye-bye, you never get to play it again. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
And that would suck. That'd be terrible.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I get it, but everything has an end of life at a point. So,
Quake did.
What about the OG Quest?
Yeah. I mean,
there you go.
But you can still use it in a sense, you know what I mean? They're just not supporting it anymore and stuff, but yeah.
Wait till we get to that point.
Yeah. I mean, hardware, I feel like is different though. I mean, hardware.
Why? Software's the same. You have to update it with every update that comes out for hardware. You have to correlate that with the software as well and have all that, you know, make sure it's working.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like when you buy hardware, you're expecting a life expectancy. You know, I mean, when I buy a laptop, you know, this gaming laptop's like 2 years old now, and it's outdated. You know, maybe it's probably older than that. But I mean, it's, you know, when I buy something like that, I know that it's not going to last me forever. Unfortunately, you know, I mean, I wish it would, but but holy crap, that's the biggest super chat I think I've ever seen.
I don't know what to say. I don't know
Never seen a super chat that big, I don't think. Right. Tony Digital, thank you so much. Dude. That is awesome. $75 super chat. He said, I need you guys to know how much I appreciate the time you take out of your busy lives to bring me what I believe is the best VR channel. Thanks again, guys. That's
huge,
awesome,
man. Honestly, just literally reaching you is worth us doing what we do, and just, you know.
I mean, honestly, the reason we do this is, for one, the show especially, is because we love the community and just hanging out and seeing chat, and like we've said it before, we just love, I mean, the community is just awesome. Like, I can't imagine doing any kind of show like this or putting time into something that doesn't have a community behind it like this, that people are just, I mean, I don't know. The community's awesome.
Trust me, we have lots of other hobbies and stuff, but we always find ourselves coming back to this, and it's hard to, you know, not. And for you guys,
that. Seriously, that is awesome.
That's cheers, man.
Yeah,
cheers.
Really,
big ups to you. That is epic.
Really appreciate that.
That's crazy.
It's awesome. So I don't even know what to say after that.
Maybe we should show them secret new cameras.
Oh yeah,
we could show them that.
Check Tyler's new. I come over this morning.
Sweet gaming.
Tyler's. Wait, is it this one?
What?
It's this one.
Oh, buddy, how about that?
You can do more than that with it.
Oh yeah. I can come over here. Oh gosh. Oh no. I can't control it very well. I'm new at this. I'm new, but yeah, we can do all kinds of things. We can even we can show you behind the scenes a little bit of what's
I told Tyler we should put the show over there on the TV.
Oh yeah, we could have done that. Yeah.
We forgot to do that. But so do you set the speed of it?
Yeah, I can set like smoothness. I can actually do some really funky things to really screw with you guys.
That's awesome.
I can't even watch it myself, but
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, but anyways, we can do all kinds of fun stuff.
We've been people motion sickness, and they're not
right. Exactly, it's going to be barf in VR.
I know,
it's
still tilted
though. I don't know what to do now. I'm so confused.
So Tyler's playing around with it. I came over this morning. He was all excited about this.
I blame Tony Digital.
He showed me this right away. But essentially, he put the camera on the Ronin and showed him the Xbox controller. Oh wait, here. Let me switch to this one.
Okay.
Let me switch to this one.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's all controlled through the Xbox controller. It's so good. It's so nice.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah,
actually.
it's super cool.
So now we're playing around with this stuff.
We're just screwing with it now.
And now
it's
we're
great.
like, okay, so maybe I should bring over my gimbal, and then we can put two cameras on, and then we can buy a third one. We can have all 3 cameras on a gimbal, and we'll just move them all around.
It's ridiculous.
Is that too much? We go all out way too much.
Yeah, it's bad just for fun. Sorry.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Has anyone else gotten V49 firmware? I just did. I don't know when it downloaded, but today when I went in, I had it, and it was really weird because I don't know if this happened for anybody else, but when I put my Quest headset on this morning, it like started giving me this tutorial voice. Did it do that for you guys, or did I hit a weird button? Because I've never had to do that before. And then I looked to see it, and I was on V49.
Oh, you're right. I think I did get that then because I breezed right past it because I was like, what is this? And I just like went past it. I bet I did that.
Yeah, I put my headset on, and I've never had that happen before, and I was like, who is talking to me right now?
Right.
Like, I just put this thing on and it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, who are you? Like, what is going on? So Mike Kelly said no tutorial voice for me. It was really, so maybe other people didn't have that, but as soon as I did it, it forced a tutorial on me. Okay, so we're not crazy.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
so I literally put my headset on and I heard it and I was like, what is going on?
I agree. I was with you. But that was a couple
days ago. I hope it
days
doesn't
ago
do that
for
every
me.
time. That just happened to me today.
Okay.
I put it on this morning. I was playing a little bit of VR this morning and so I hope it doesn't do that every time I put my headset on. Hopefully just the first time after
first.
V49.
It was like some setup thing or something it was trying to tell you.
It was
but
really
I
weird.
skipped right past it. It scared
freaked me out.
Yeah. Horrible. Anakaze said we should do a gimbal on a gimbal.
Wow. My head hurts.
Right. That inception with that.
Did you not see our epic mess up this morning? We have enough technical difficulties. I don't know if you were here early, but we had enough technical. We don't need to add to this complexity anymore.
Let's get back into some VR talk.
Okay.
Trying to think what was like my go-to thought of the week.
That's a tough one.
I told you I wanted to try the that zombie survival one.
Oh Survival Nation VR.
Yeah, Survival Nation.
I got the trailer.
I do. It intrigues me because it's co-op. I mean, I always look for something fun and cool to do in co-op. So for me, I feel like it kind of checks some boxes. Reminds me a lot of The Forest, which I'm going to talk about something after this about that. But it does give me some good feels to it. I don't know how jank or not jank it is. I haven't got to try it. But this is on this headset too, right?
Yeah, so
which is
you sent me a Steam link, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's on the Pico as well because it's like the number 2 rated game on there or something. So I've been considering picking this up for the Pico, but then when you showed me it was on Steam, I was like, crap, because it probably doesn't have crossplay between the two, and I would want it for the co-op. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't assume it would have crossplay.
And the main complaints on Steam was that it looks like a mobile game. So I mean,
I'm not all about it doesn't have to be perfect for me.
I know.
Either,
I think though this was probably built for like the Pico or something like that, and then it was ported to Steam. But it doesn't look bad, and I mean, especially if it plays well on the Pico, I'm actually a little bit excited about it.
Sure.
The reviews are mixed on Steam. If you guys have played this, I would love to know your thoughts. If this is something we should pick up, I think it's like $30.
Yeah,
so it's cheaper on Steam. It's cheaper on Steam than it is on.
I think it's $19 or something right now.
So, but GC13, the Diet Pepsi Cat, thank you so much for that $20 super chat. The super chats are ridiculous today. I've never seen anything like this before.
Seriously, yeah.
Said, thanks for making our day. Our question with the Bloomberg article reporting on PSVR2 and then how all popular media outlets jumped on that news. Why do you think Pancake gamers hate VR so much? So I'm not sure what I'm not sure what they said in the Bloomberg article.
So what got said is that they've basically cut their production numbers in half because it wasn't popular, in a nutshell. I think it was half. However, that they're not producing as many as they planned on.
Oh, okay, yeah, I did.
So I don't know.
Well, they quickly came back and said that that's not true.
Right.
So I don't know.
I don't know either, nor does it matter. It's not going to matter until you see those sales of actual devices anyways to know what it's going to end up a year or two from now. Yeah. So I don't think it matters. I don't know. Unless there's like no headsets, you can't buy them or get them anywhere, then that's a problem. But I don't think we're going to run into that.
Yeah, I don't think we will either. No. I don't know. It's
They're
weird.
Smart companies.
I don't know that the hype around PSVR2 is as big as Sony anticipated. I think it's really big through like the hardcore and the enthusiasts.
Okay, do you think it was bigger before the devices were out in the wild?
Well, I think the Quest 2 has really skewed a lot of things because look, you can still get a headset for $400 that you don't need a console for that has a lot of games that, I don't know. I think that if it wasn't for the Quest 2, I think the PSVR 2 hype would be through the roof, and it already is high. Like, I don't want to downplay. There's a lot of hype around PSVR 2, but I think that because a lot of the comments that I see on videos and stuff is people saying, why would I buy a PSVR 2 when I can buy a Quest 2 for $400 and I don't need a console and wireless? A lot of people are still held up about the wireless compared to the wired.
I'm with them.
I don't know. I would love to see behind the scenes of Sony and what they're, how much clout that has, as if they're disappointed with the hype. Or
I think
sales.
a lot of it too was because at the time PlayStation 4 had been out for a long time, so there were a lot of people with consoles already, right?
Yeah.
So that was an add-on peripheral. Where at this point, not everybody has a PlayStation 5 still at this point that even has a PlayStation 4. So
yeah, because PSVR 2 came out quite a while after PS4 launced. But what was the second part of the question though? Can you easily scroll back up? Because there was a second part of the question. I can't remember what it was now.
I can do that. Yep.
So they said, why do you think pancake gamers hate VR so much? Honestly, I think people don't like change. I think that's one of the biggest reasons. I think that I've never met a flat gamer that has tried good VR and walked away and said that's horrible. Why would anybody even play that?
Right.
No, nobody says that other than if somebody, the only real rebuttal they have against VR is if they've suffered really bad motion sickness. That I feel like is the only thing that can really be like, no, VR is not for me. But they don't understand, or the process you need to go through. But
they just want to sit on a couch and play. And that's viable.
But you can still
that's okay.
do that, though.
You can, but for the most part, there's a lot more movement required with VR than there is.
But even for like shooter games and all that stuff, if you just get a spinning chair,
I'm with you, man.
You don't have to stand up.
Right.
Like you don't have to stand up really to play anything just about, unless it's like something you got to not Beat Saber, but pistol whip where you got to duck and dodge and stuff. That would be hard in a chair. But for most things, like I think that argument, if that's their argument, I think that just sucks. But but yeah, I don't understand it. I think that honestly, flat gamers, they're stuck in their ways. They don't want to see change. They want to have their games the way they've always had them. They don't want things to progress away from that. And I don't think flat games are going anywhere. Like, why not do both? Why not enjoy both?
Yeah,
things?
These ports give us the best of both worlds too. Yeah, right. We're seeing more of that.
Talking about Gran Turismo, when I played Gran Turismo 1 back in the day, all the time. I never, in my wildest dreams, thought that someday in a future Gran Turismo, I'll be able to actually sit inside that car, look around with my head, and feel like I'm there. You know what I mean?
Right. I do just want to say cheers to Visor Republic Super Chat.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think Sony realized VR is and will be a niche for a while. People are expecting them to rush and force mass adoption. This is harming the image of VR.
Yeah. It is still, VR still isn't there yet. It's still not to the numbers that we see with flat games or anything else. So, it still is a niche thing for right now, I think. It's growing. Even the Boz talking about, the 10 million unit or 10 million people in VR and all that stuff. It's constantly growing. I'm seeing it more and more all the time. And,
Absolutely.
TV commercials and
it's an investment. It's like saying, the day computers came out, why didn't somebody have a computer? Why didn't you have a smartphone? You know what I mean? It takes time, but we'll get there.
Yeah. I don't know. I get really excited when any new hardware comes out, especially something like a Sony PSVR 2. So I am truly excited. Do I think it's going to be the thing that I play all the time and I never go back to my Quest or I never go back to PSVR? No, definitely not. But I'm going to, mix around and play all of those different things. And I'm really excited for the exclusives. And I think they are coming. I think there's going to be some killer exclusives that come.
So I want to jump back into what we were talking about with the Zombie Nation.
Survival Nation.
I keep wanting to say Zombie Nation.
Because everything is about zombies.
Right, I know. So, and I mentioned the Forest, and we're actually getting Sons of the Forest coming on the 23rd of this month.
Yeah.
But we as VR people are not going to get it because we're not seeing that adoption that I kind of expected from them. They talked about this early, that it would probably have VR, but they've kind of dropped that and not backpedaled, but kind of let it go. And I'm sad to see that we're not getting it because I felt like that was one of the best developer ports at the time when that came out. And yes, it had its issues with some things, but it worked really well. It played well. It was a great proof of concept.
It was hard to play for a little while. It's hard to run for a little while. But they made it. They constantly improved it.
But I felt like that would have proved to them it would be in the next game when it came out, right? And maybe we'll see it added in later. I really hope so. If I will probably reach out and try and say something, whether it be through a comment or a review or somewhere.
I mean, I think it helps when the community says, like, hey, where's the VR support? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it looks like a brilliant game.
It does look good, yeah.
So to have that in VR, I'm just yearning for it so bad because I love the Forest.
No doubt.
Oh,
you know one that is going to be really good, though? Vertigo 2. Can we play this video? I wonder if we're allowed to play the audio.
Probably not.
Hi, I'm Gianni Matrograno, internet funny man and Vertigo 2 cast member. I'm here to tell you about Vertigo 2 and what to expect from its imminent release. Vertigo 2 is a built-for-VR first-person shooter coming to Steam this March. The game is what nerds like to call a half-like. A game taken after Valve's classic Half-Life series. The Half-Life genre is tragically underexplored as they take more time to develop than the more popular Doom and Quake-inspired shooters, which have seen a renaissance in the recent years. This kind of game is marked by building a believable, interactive world, telling a story through a continuous first-person viewpoint, and indulging in plenty of spectacular set pieces. The setting will be familiar, primarily taking place in an underground science facility with a chronic case of loose interuniversal aliens. Vertigo 2 spices things up, though, and you'll be spending about a third of the game in more exotic environments, including the open ocean, flora-filled caverns, and an entire underground city. For these levels, inspiration has been taken from Half-Life 2's more open-ended sensibilities, including vehicle sections, vast natural spaces, and urban warfare with a squad of allies.
We're going to get so many copyright strikes on this video.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
As long as they don't pull the video down, I don't care.
That's true.
But, I mean, it does look really good.
It does.
And this is something that a lot of people have talked about for a long time.
Yeah.
And, I mean, is there a release date? I don't know if there is a release date yet. But
I don't know if there actually is.
It says imminent release, so that means it is coming. It is coming. It's just we don't know when still. But the game looks fantastic. It's going to be Steam. I don't know if any other... They should get this on PSVR2. That would be sick.
That's true.
That would be a good one.
You never know, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even think about that till now. But yeah, it looks really good. And I mean, obviously, Half-Life games or a lot of games have taken inspiration from those games because they do such a good job. So he said March. Oh, sweet. Paradise Gate said Vertigo 2. Oh, it did say March. I did see that somewhere.
Oh, did it?
I
don't remember seeing
my notes. I just don't check my notes that much anymore.
That'll be awesome. We need a good game like this too.
Yep, coming March 30th, 2023.
Okay,
See, I don't even know what I know sometimes.
You knew it.
I kind of knew it, but I didn't really. But yeah, so that's pretty awesome. Upcoming stuff is, I mean, I'm just excited for that.
Another one, quality games.
I'm really excited for it, and it doesn't show it in this trailer, though, and they brought it to my attention on the Discord because our Discord is such a fantastic community, is that Hangout Games has an update to include Uno VR now. How much have you heard me talk about Uno over the years?
I'm sick of it.
I know, but now you don't have to. I don't have to just talk about it anymore.
Right, exactly.
Now I just have to get you to play with me.
I might have heard you 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know, right? But I'm actually really excited. I hopped in there yesterday just to check it out, but there was nobody in the lobby and nobody was joining. So it clearly seems like a thing that I need to get in there and set up a game with people, which is what I prefer to do anyways. I prefer
a game night.
Friends. Yeah, for sure, game night. So I'm really excited about that. It's free on App Lab and probably SideQuest as well. So it doesn't cost any money. So and there's a bunch of other games in there too that you can play with friends. But Uno's where it's at.
I'm trying to think if we can talk about that other game.
What, Uno?
No.
I don't know any other games.
It's just kind of like Bavarian Pretzel.
I don't think we can talk about that.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I hopped into that one this morning.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a whatever.
I know, that's what I was thinking too.
The other one I hopped into, which we also need to play together, is Beer Pong Basement. So this is a lone developer. He's in our Discord and was sharing some stuff about this. And we also have a key to give away. If you join the Discord, we also have a key for this one to give away. But it's a lone developer. Beer Pong Basement. It's literally set in a basement. There are some mini games. There's like a slot machine. There's the like Flappy Flatmates kind of a game. There's a thing you can go and you can put YouTube videos or anything from YouTube up on the TV. So obviously I played Coffee and VR while I was playing beer pong. Right now it's I think it's a 1v1, but he's working on a 2v2. So
that would be cool because then I feel like you could actually have a group session in there. 1v1's always fun. Don't get me wrong, but when you have those other people, it just creates such a good atmosphere, especially in something like this.
And this is on App Lab and I believe SideQuest as well. I can't remember the price. It's not real expensive, but I mean, the game itself, because one thing you never know with some games, especially like a throwing game, is how does that correlate? You know what I mean? Because some games, you feel like you're like precise and you throw it and the ball's like shing, you know what I mean? And it's just off to the moon or whatever it is. But this, I felt like it was pretty accurate to where I could accurately get the, I mean, it wasn't like I could hit it every time or make it in every time, but I could accurately get it to where I'm trying to get it. You can also bounce them, so you can bounce them into the cups.
Yeah.
It actually works really well. So I'm sure he has plans to add more stuff to this game, but I think 2v2 is going to be awesome. And it's a fun game.
Some of these individual developers are making really cool stuff. That coaster one and stuff I sent you and everything. There's just some cool things that people are doing, especially with the AR and stuff. Like, could you imagine if playing this then in AR too, where you just saw the table in your room?
That'd be pretty crazy.
That'd be so cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
Except don't sit your drink down on that table.
I know, that gets
there.
weird.
Yeah, that gets weird.
But I mean, I even told him like that. I mean, honestly, it's been the indie developers that have kept VR going for these years. Like, if we wouldn't have had indie teams working on VR games over the past however many years, I mean, where would VR even be right now? We can't count on the AAA teams all the time. I mean, obviously, they put out some really good stuff, and we love it when they do. But a lot of the games that we have played and put a lot of time into over the years have been indie developer games.
Oh yeah, it's huge. Yeah, and just going in and. I don't think people understand the work that those developers have to put in behind the scenes, because we go in with those developers into their game builds and like bug stuff out for them and like show them what's broken and doesn't work, and like takes forever just to get through one dumb thing that everyone just thinks is nothing, you know?
So I just saw the dev is in here. So that's Dumbledore.
Cheers.
AR would be awesome. I agree. Maybe when I get the Quest 3. So for sure.
I know.
For sure. That'd be pretty awesome update. Just set a table there, align it with the table, then you can still set your cup down. VR Spry guy said, is the beer real or digital? The beer is real, but it's a little bit pixelated, so sometimes it's hard to swallow. It's a little scratchy.
Stuck in your throat.
Yeah, it does kind of get stuck in your throat, but I mean, they'll probably smooth that out in updates. I don't know.
Just going bad real quick. Get off this stuff.
But I do recommend checking this one out. This is one that I would recommend checking out if you got some friends. And you can play with the AI too. I played with the AI robot guy. I did beat him, but I think I was on like an easier. I wasn't on like real hard.
Ooh. Gaming Science Teacher. Thank you for the link there too. If you want to grab that, check it out. It's in the chat.
Man, Gaming Science Teacher always coming in clutch.
No, she sent the game
the
itself.
Link, yeah. She's always coming in clutch.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Then there is a giveaway too in our Discord. I don't think we put it in the description, unfortunately.
I'll add it in.
We can add it in later. Classy Grandma. One of the funniest grandmas I've ever met. And she's awesome. I've been misspelling your name this whole time. Whoop, whoop. That's okay. I mean, some people say SEAN, SHAWN. It doesn't matter.
I get Kyle. I don't know why I get Kyle randomly, but like I'm talking from random people that I've never met. Like, I don't know why. If like it's something in their head that Tyler's Kyle, I don't know, man. It's weird. But like there's not that many random people that would do it, you know? I don't know, whatever.
Weird. But that's really weird, Kyle. VR Central, thank you for that super chat as well. A $10 super chat. Here's your down payment for the next time we get nachos.
Yo, yeah, I know. How about those nachos?
Oh, man, those nachos were good. Those nachos were really good.
Those nachos were epic. Epic.
Really cool hanging out with him, too. Where were we at? Nacho Daddy?
Yeah.
Nacho Daddy in Vegas.
Yeah.
So, we met him at CES as well as a bunch of other really awesome people from the community.
Yeah.
So, really cool dude. Check out his channel, too. He does all kinds of really funny stuff.
Yep.
He's a funny dude. So. But that is awesome. Thank you for that super chat. I've never seen so many super chats on a show in my life.
I know. I don't know what's up with you guys, right?
James said Sean, SEAN, and Kyle, RR, Cafefe, and pancakes.
My gosh.
Oh, there you go. Kyler.
We're losing it.
It'll just have to be Kyler.
I'd be okay with Kyler.
Kyler.
Be okay. That's closer, though. That would make more sense to me, at least.
Yeah. Paradise Decay. People call me PD for some reason. And it's also not my name.
And James also gets called VR Mang. Everyone has an alias, I swear.
That's right. That's right. Oh, man,
okay.
so awesome. Yep. What else we got?
Let's see. I'm just reading chat. Sorry, you guys are on.
I did want to talk about the Pico a little bit, though. The accessories for this thing.
Yeah, finally getting some now.
My biggest complaint about that headset was the facial interface.
Right.
And the facial interface was terrible because it was, for me, and maybe not everybody, but for me, it like put a lot of pressure on my cheeks for some reason. And it was that itchy, scratchy kind of stuff. Not something I like. This is from AMVR, pleather facial interface, as well as the AMVR. Are you zooming in?
Oh, no. I can.
As well as the AMVR controller grips, which are pretty sweet. I actually really like these. And their design is really good because they just clip on. Like, they're real easy to put on and off. You just stick it on there, snap it on. Same with the top. It just snaps on. Well, but you can't show them stuff.
I was drinking this morning.
Were you drinking in Beer Pong Basement?
Right.
But these are actually some pretty good controllers. I think the only ones I've actually seen so far for these controllers. But I love the fact of how easy they are to snap on and off. And They work really well.
Yeah, I like the strap over the hand setup. It's just so good.
Yeah, I prefer to play VR with those kind of grips, as well as the Bobo VR, whatever the heck they're calling it, with the battery bank on the back.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I love battery banks on the back like that because I never charge my Quest 2 headset anymore. I have so many of those Bobo batteries. I just keep swapping them out.
They're so good.
I love them.
If you don't have them, please do yourself a favor.
For sure.
Crazy expensive.
The one thing about the one with the Pico is the Pico is a very balanced headset to begin with.
Sure.
And that actually does make it a little bit more rear heavy. But I have played with it for a while now, and I don't notice it once I'm in there.
Right.
But if somebody's a little more sensitive to that, just be aware that
you know what'll be really sweet? The XR Elite is so light you won't even know it's on.
Yeah. But where are you going to put a Bobo battery at? Well, I guess those batteries are swappable.
They're swappable.
Yeah, they're already swappable, huh?
Yep.
That's pretty
so
sweet.
good.
I'm excited for you to get that. I'm excited for that and the PSVR2.
Kyler doesn't know how to use an Xbox controller. You know what, Kyler? You're fired.
Just pretend you're playing Halo when you're like moving the camera
No,
around.
the camera would be all over, man.
Yeah.
It would be, woof. No, everyone would be sick.
Oh, man. Yeah, so VR Essentials to the XR Elite was awesome to test.
So dope.
I'm very excited for that headset.
So excited.
I'm glad I didn't have to pay for it since Tyler did.
Whatever.
So I can just come over here and play this.
Whatever.
Can I just borrow it for a
I
weekend
just
or
can't
something?
wait. Well, now I can go play Microsoft Flight Simulator, so now I'm really going to want it to play something like that.
You got it to update?
Yes.
Oh.
This morning it's finally working, and now I really want to commit to getting a honeycomb Bravo. I have the Alpha. I want the Bravo.
What do I have?
Nothing.
No, I do. I bought the
I know
thing.
you have the Logitech G Flight.
I haven't even used it yet. I need you to come over and show me how to use it. There's all these buttons and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know how to fly a plane. We're on the plane to Vegas, and Tyler's like drooling the whole time, like, I just want to get up there and fly this thing. He's like, he's about to do this and pitch, and he's about to turn off this, and like that, he was actually doing it too. And I'm like, you have played way too much Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's ridiculous.
It's so good. The last time I flew, I asked the pilot if I could take a 360 picture from the cockpit. And I stuck the camera in on a stick, and he's like, "Whoa, what is that?" Like, thought I was gonna do something in the cockpit. And he's like, "Oh, you can get up there and sit in there, and I'll take your picture." I'm like, okay. Like, I didn't think that was a thing anymore.
That's crazy.
That was super cool. And now, oh man, that was an MD. That was such a cool plane because I've flown that in Microsoft Flight Simulator.
So crazy.
Oh, it was so good.
I mean, Tyler was like, I think I could literally fly this thing. So the only thing that made me feel better was like if both pilots just happen to pass out.
Here we go.
Hopefully Tyler would be able to bring the plane down and land this thing.
We could all do some really cool loops in that 747, man. I could bank that. Oh, so good.
Yeah, I did get a deal on that flight yoke too. That Sprag guy. I think I got it for what was it it was crazy cheap, like $40 or $50 or something.
50 or 60.
Yeah, I couldn't pass it up. I knew I would want it at some point. I still haven't used it yet. I still need Tyler to come over and show me how to do it.
It's still cool because anything in VR, you don't have to have that one-to-one image look of a lot of it. You know, which a lot of these really cool, flight sticks
Some people go
are.
all out,
You don't really need that in VR, but the feedback stuff on it, it differentiates between certain ones, and then you can get the real expensive that have a force feedback, but that's a whole other level. But yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, anyone can fly a plane. Landing is another thing. Yeah, no, landing's what I want to do.
Another thing I want to talk about real quick before we go is the fact that the Quest Pro, that price drop, a $400 price drop on the Quest Pro, and it's only been out since November?
They're scared.
Are they scared of the XR
Oh,
Elite?
come on. Are they not?
I don't know.
Come
maybe.
on. What?
I mean, it makes
3
sense.
weeks or 4 weeks after whatever they're pricing out.
It makes sense. And I mean, and it's kind of crazy to believe that HTC, product came in cheaper with its competitor Meta. Usually they're the ones that are coming in cheaper, and HTC is crazy expensive. Not that the XR Elite isn't still expensive, but yeah. But so they cut it $400, which makes it in line with the XR Elite. But I was like, dang,
I know.
I mean, we were talking mad, right? I spent $1,500 on that thing.
Yeah, you're like, oh, it's cool, whatever. And I'm like, well, it's also, you could have bought that and another Quest 2.
And you're like, we could have given away
crap.
another Quest 2 for the money they cut off that thing. So I saw some people talking in the Discord that people were saying that if you contact them, they'll give you credit or whatever it was in that $400. And I was like, I doubt that, but it's worth a shot. So I did send them a message to support and just said, hey, just reaching out. I saw, you discounted the headset. I bought mine, pre-ordered early on. And they essentially said that since I've owned it for longer than 30 days, there's nothing they can do. And I was like, whatever.
Right.
Bummer, but I wasn't really expecting anything. But then I got an email later after I talked to them that they said that they're going to go ahead and give me a $50 Meta store credit.
Oh, you didn't tell me that one. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I was like, all right, that's cool. So, I mean, at least it's better than nothing. I mean, I wasn't really expecting anything. I mean, a $400 credit would have been awesome, but I wasn't really expecting that. I mean, that's part of being an early adopter sometimes,
Absolutely
I guess.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I wasn't expecting it to drop $400 that quick, but
Yeah, they didn't either.
Yeah,
trust me. I can promise you.
I would love to see how many of those they've sold. Quest Pros.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Their enterprise headset. Come on. Yeah,
I still like the headset. But,
yeah, no, for sure.
But I still use my Quest 2 a lot too. It hasn't taken over for me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But can't complain about $50 store credit. That's what Spry Guy said. I agree. I mean, I'll take a $50 store credit all day long.
I can't wait for the XR Elite though. You have no idea.
Yeah.
And it looks like, what was the date? I think it's March 10th now. I forgot I sent it to you.
Yeah, early March.
Yeah, it's showing like March 10th now. So I'm
Mickey Bear,
hoping that's true.
he said they did the same for me. But if you did buy it within the last 30 days, though, it sounds like they will give you the $400 credit if you did buy it within the last 30 days.
Well, I think most places do that, so they're probably matching that. Like if you bought it through Best Buy or Target or somewhere else, then they will price match for 30 days back of whatever you're. Yeah. So
gotcha. And I can't say with the Pico 4, the best money I've spent on that thing so far is virtual desktop. That's the best money you can spend on a Pico 4, I think, because I don't buy a lot of standalone games on there because I have most of them already on another platform. Yeah. But virtual desktop works great with it, and that's what I've been rolling with. Yep. So, yeah. I think that's pretty much it.
I think so. I was trying to think if there's anything else weird, but I don't think so. Like anything else I wanted to talk about.
I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
I don't think so. Other than I got to fire my G2 up now after this and play some Flight Simulator. I'm telling you what, the only way I got that to work was deleting literally all of the packages, it's like the files for every aircraft, every texture, all that stuff, deleted all of it. It was downloading every single one of them like 5 times in a row. And then it would get halfway through this update and then just stop. And I was so mad because that was taking like a day at a time just to be able to do that. And then it would fail. And I was so angry. I tried everything.
But
I don't even want to talk about it.
But can we play Uno?
Oh my gosh. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing Uno. Maybe if we can do it in Microsoft Flight Simulator in the plane.
Oh, jeez.
Come on, man.
So we need to play some Uno and some beer pong basement and some Among Us and some, I forget what else.
I don't know.
Oh, Windlands 2. Windlands 2 came out. That's
that's right. We were going to play that.
We need to play that. Oh, man, another super chat. Norman Robinson said, I still don't understand why the Quest Pro wasn't delivered with the same panel tech, but supporting 2160 by 2160 per eye resolution. So I still don't understand why the Quest Pro wasn't delivered with the same panel tech. What does he mean by the same panel tech? I'm not sure.
That the LCD panels weren't higher resolution?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what he means. He can clarify a little bit. Yeah. But we did talk about GT7 Paradise Escape. But thank you for that super chat, even though I don't quite fully understand what you're saying. Another thing that I don't understand why they haven't done with the Pico, with the Quest Pro, and with the XR Elite is why they haven't added a DisplayPort connection. It's literally, it costs them like $10. I wish they would do that on all these things.
Is it necessary?
Yes. Why not? I mean, why not? Why not just put that in there to have true VR, PSVR performance with no loss? You know what I mean? Like no USB-C cable, no Wi-Fi streaming. Like, why not just put it in there? Like, I feel like these headsets would sell so much more if they just had those things. Just
the compatibility, the ease of.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I just don't understand why not.
No, I agree. I'm with you, but I don't know. See, like for me, I want away from wires.
Oh, single screen? I'm not sure.
What are you reading now?
Somebody said single screen. I wonder if that's what he was talking about. But the Quest Pro isn't single screen. I think it's dual screen, isn't it? Now I can't remember.
I don't know.
But anyways, sorry.
I'm trying to figure out.
See, other people will agree. Totally necessary for me. Compression drives me nuts, even a tiny bit. Like, I mean, I can get away with it still. Like, I don't mind playing, Quest or AirLink and AirBridge and, but why? But why, if you can't get the actual DisplayPort, why not? Like, if it's not that much to add, what'd you come up with?
He's saying comparing it to like the G2, I think. Oh yeah, wait. Having a G2 with 2160 per eye is the biggest thing holding me back from the Pro.
Yeah.
Right, because it's narrower. It's not 2160 by 2160.
I can't remember off the top of my head what the resolution is. But
I pull my list up.
Yeah, I know. I have all those things written down because I can never remember all the specific numbers of every headset.
Bad. I know.
But yeah. Oh, local dimming.
Another
support.
super
You didn't have to
chat.
add another
Yeah,
super chat.
seriously,
No, you
man.
didn't have to do that. I just I didn't mean that. But thank you again. Meaning local dimming support, etc. However, supporting the resolution.
Local dimming.
But they are supposed to be adding. It's supposed to have local dimming, isn't it? I thought that was supposed to be coming as an update.
They talked about it though, didn't they? Is that actually that has to be built into the LCD? That's not something they can add.
I thought it had
if
it
that's
though.
not
It was
in the
just going to be
LCD.
an
That's
update
it.
to actually utilize it. Is what I thought from early on, but I could be wrong.
I don't think it does have it. They had never advertised that.
Maybe
as
not.
having it.
I'm not sure, but I mean, and seeing the local dimming on the what was that, the Pimax?
Yeah, Pimax
Crystal,
has it.
that was.
Right.
I mean,
Crystal.
that made a pretty turning that local dimming on and off made a.
It's
really
huge,
big
man.
difference.
Look at all the TVs and stuff that we have that are have all the local dimming. It's great. Yeah. It's huge. Especially for dark scenes. Yep. So good.
I'm still excited for Quest 3 too. Are you going to get to Quest 3 later this year?
I don't know.
I mean, it's going to be if it comes in, $400 to $600 price
yes, I'll
range.
get it. Come on.
Look how much we've used the Quest 2.
Exactly.
And if it's, if
it's an upgrade, then I'll get it.
I mean, hopefully that's a killer headset.
It'll be Quest 3 and XR Elite for me probably. XR Elite will be strapped probably to my PC, and then I'll. See, I have an issue still. I have a hatred for streaming to the Quest from the PC.
Yeah,
I do. It's always an issue. There's always something that doesn't work right, and it drives me nuts. So I always
it'll
go
work
to other
right
headsets.
one day, and then the next day it won't work right.
It's like after an update, then it doesn't work. It doesn't recognize the PC. Then I go to virtual desktop and stuff. It's just a screw around for me. I just want it to work seamless. If it did, that might be my all-in-one headset, right? A Quest 3. But I want that now that I've tried the XR
Maybe they'll
Elite
put a DisplayPort in it.
Maybe
probably
they won't.
not, but that'd be cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I doubt they will, but it'd be awesome.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'll have a Quest 3 and I'll probably use the XR Elite for all my PC stuff that I play. That's
Quest
where I'll probably
3,
be with it.
PSVR2. Those are probably going to be, if Quest 3 comes out as good as I'm hoping it's going to be, that and PSVR2 will probably be my, although I don't know, the Somnium Space headset looks pretty sweet. That might be something we might have to jump on board for.
That thing just looks sick.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's going to be a lot of stuff released this year. I feel like 2023 is going to be a pretty big hardware year. They'll probably call the Pro Quest 3.
No, I was reading Ender's. He says it just works. Tyler needs to drop 3,000 on Apple VR.
Right.
Yeah, it'll work, but not with new tech, not with open source, not with I can't. Don't get me started on Apple stuff.
Instead of Quest working without issue streaming, are you mad?
Exactly right. Oh, dude,
Crazy.
I know that's such a nightmare. With streaming with them too, it's such a problem. We've used so many different things to try and stream stuff from Quest 2, and it's always a pain.
We need to play some more though, because if you saw my last video, I showed the green screen setup. I have a dedicated streaming setup now for gameplay. So anytime we play something now, I can just hop in. The only hard part is Quest native games, because I still don't know how to get chat in the headset easily for a Quest native game. But
yeah, that's tough too.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just awesome. We just need to play some more and stream some more and set it up, because it only takes me 10 minutes to get a page up and get everything, all the lights turned on, everything hooked up, ready to go, because it's all pretty much there.
Yeah,
set.
no, absolutely. It's great
awesome.
when it's all set up.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's super easy.
Good stuff. Anyways, I think we're good.
I think
we're good.
Unless you guys have any questions, but we'll probably get out of here. Yeah, I hear Deckard comments coming in chat. You guys are great. We love talking about all this stuff with you, but we don't want to ramble at the same time too. But yeah, I think we're good. I just like playing with cameras. I don't want to stop because we can play with this. Look at that. Look at that.
It's turned off. Oh, no, it's not.
No, it's not. It's good, man.
All right, get us out of here. Get us out of here.
All right. See how smooth I can get on my camera. Oh, gosh. It's still drinking. Still drinking. All right, man. All right. We'll get out of here, guys. Whoa.
Which camera is it?
I don't know. No, it's that one. Yeah, there you go. Yep. All right, guys. We're out.
See ya.
We'll see you guys later.
Later. Thanks for the super chats, too. Holy crap.
Yeah, you guys are sick.
Ridiculous.
Come play with us.
Contractors?
Not like that.
Okay, I said we're leaving.
Discord. All right.
Not sure yet.
All right, later. Bye.
All right, let's get out of here.
Bye.
Got into VR in 2016. That was when we first, we got the Rift. What are we playing today, Kyle?
No, we're not calling me Kyle.
Kyle?
Somebody could say Kyle's Airline. That's what it should be called.
Kyle's Airline?
Yeah, when I fly the plane.
This is your captain speaking.
I'm sorry. All right, let's get out of here.
Okay.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, it worked. It
There
worked.
he is. How about
Perfect.
that?
Hey.
We're lucky to be here. I will admit that. My name's Tyler. This is Sean. We're Rendered Reality, and we were definitely up late playing some VR last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
hole is bigger.
That's what I was thinking.
It's not always better.
Let's keep it PG, boys.
I mean, right? We don't know like how much
Right,
sound
I
is coming
agree.
out of it.
It's true.
Right.
Is there more sound coming out of it? We don't know.
Yeah.